Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. So, life updates. It's been a couple weeks since I made a video. I have been doing a lot of stuff, but the number one thing I've been doing, I'm about to show you, hello possum friend, is I am in the middle of moving. So, also it's my daughter's birthday today. So I am in the middle of moving, which is so stressful and so crazy. And I really just needed to step away from social media for a minute and make sure everything was on track. So let's talk about this for a second. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we're gonna get real here. We're gonna have a good old fashioned talk, shall we? Okay, so we knew we wanted to move, and it's been on our mind to move into a place that's a little bit bigger. We've been debating if we're gonna buy, if we're gonna rent, what we're gonna do. And after careful consideration, we decided to rent for another year because the market is really just wild right now. So we're renting for a year, and we found a house. The rental market is also very competitive. Found a house, and we're moving in 2 weeks. It's just across town. It'll work out for us, but it's been so stressful. Moving is one of those triggers for me. If you don't know my background, I moved over 30 times before I turned 18 years old. I did not have a stable childhood by any means. So moving is like one of those huge triggers for me. So doing all that. On top of that, we now have to move all of our inventory for reselling and figure all that out. The good news is the new place is, almost 3,200 square feet, and it's 3 stories. The bottom story is going to turn into my office. It's a huge space. It has a bedroom and a family room down there, so it'll be and a bathroom, perfect for inventory and then office. So that will work out great, but we got to get everything over there and moved. So it's just been very, very stressful. On top of that, we have been shipping out the Q2 reseller. This one's damaged, so it's not getting shipped out. The Q2 reseller planners. So these are coming at you. If you guys ordered one of these, stay tuned, because it is shipping out this week and next week, and you should have it to you. If you have not ordered yours yet, now is the time. What we've ordered is it. There's probably like 50 or so left, and then we'll be done. So if you're interested, now is definitely the time to order. I have the link down below. And I mean, that's about it. So moving is really stressful for me. And I feel like in general, the last year has just been chaotic. It's been chaotic for a lot of people. And I really have felt like I've been in this limbo of not knowing where I am, not knowing what I'm doing, not knowing necessarily what my path is. Of course, I love reselling. I love the community. I love serving this community. I love adding value. You know, that is my mission, to add as much value to this community as I possibly can. But I've really felt like I have just been in this kind of in-between state. And yesterday I had a really good conversation with a few of my friends, and one of them reminded me one of them told me, you know, the reason you're feeling this way is because you're at a tipping point. You're at a tipping point in your life, and you don't know what the next level looks like for you. And that means that you're uncomfortable. And instead of pushing back and fighting being uncomfortable, I am just going to embrace it. And this morning I woke up feeling 1,000 times better, knowing that it's okay to embrace being uncomfortable. It's okay to embrace not knowing what the next step is for you. And that's a concept that I am unfamiliar with, because I've shared this a lot, but I grew up in a very unstable home, and I need control. Like, I need that control. I need to know what's next. I need that stability. I need that routine. If I don't have it, I don't thrive, or I thought I didn't thrive. I thought that without that routine of knowing exactly what to do every day and what my goal was, that I couldn't thrive. And so I realize now, though, that I can be uncomfortable for a minute, and I can take a step, and I can think about what I want out of my life and what my career path is. So the other big thing that happened the last couple of weeks is my videographer is no longer with me. So Amanda and I have parted ways. I'm not going to I don't go like into detail on employees because that's a private matter. That's not a matter for YouTube, but there's no hard feelings. There's no bad blood. Some things happened and we just had to part ways. So that is what it is. And I wish nothing but the best for Amanda. She's an amazing person and I know she's going to do great things with her life. So, but that also puts all of the videos back on my plate, which is okay. And so yesterday when I was talking to my friends, I was just telling them like, well, what am I doing? Like, do I need to hire a new videographer? What am I going to do? I had all of these questions. I was very mixed up in what I should do next. And one of them asked me to kind of like take a step back and think about what needs to be done. What needs to be done? This friend always says you have to do the ugly to get to the pretty. You have to do the stuff you don't want to do to get to the good stuff. That's just the way life works. That's just the way life works. And she reminded me of that yesterday. She reminded me, Nicole, you got to do the stuff you don't want. And right now you're not doing it. Like I see you, I see your closet. I see that you're not listing consistently. You have all these projects you're taking on, but the base, the foundation of your business is being a reseller. That is the foundation of your business. And you're making videos, but you're not actually, listing your items that you're buying because you have so much going on. You're so confused about the path you're heading on. Why don't you just get back and build that foundation again? Dedicate time to listing every day. And then what's after that? So that's the ugly. That's the stuff you don't like doing, but that's the stuff you have to do in your business. That is something that you don't have an option. So hire it out if you're not going to do it yourself, but get it done. And that was such good advice. The hiring it out if you're not going to do it yourself advice was also like, I'm sharing this with you guys because I want you to have that advice as well. So hire it out if you're not going to get it done. After that, I started asking myself, where do I see myself? If I have to look at the end of this year, where do I see myself? Well, what path do I want to take? And obviously there's a lot of different paths I could take, but I had to take a step back, reevaluate, and find the path find the end goal. I didn't have to find the path yet, but I did need to see that big picture end goal. And then from there, I can work backwards, right? So I work backwards. What do I need to do every month to get that done? What do I need to do every week to get to that end point? And I think that sitting down, writing that out was really helpful, kind of giving myself a map. So thinking long term, I'm going to be moving into this new house for a year. At the end of that year, where do I see myself? Where do I see myself? What is that going to look like for me? And how am I going to reach that point? So I did that. The next question I asked myself yesterday was, am I adding value to this community still? Am I still adding value consistently, or am I centering the conversation more around myself than everyone else around me? And how can I switch the conversation back to helping others instead of it being just about me? For instance, I do certain videos because I like them and that's fine, but there's videos you guys have been asking for that would add value to your life and I haven't made them. Why not? Like, why haven't I made that video about how to ID Nike pieces that are valuable? So many of you have asked for that video. Why haven't I made more videos about how I clean shoes or how I do my bookkeeping? Like, all of these things that add value to the community that I haven't done yet, I need to refocus on that. Another question that I asked myself was, what am I good at? What am I good at, and when do I thrive at that? So I had to be brutally honest with myself and figure out what I thrive at and what I don't thrive at, right? What do I thrive at, and how can I build off of that? How can I build off of that and take the things I'm not thriving at and hand them to someone else, or figure out a way to do them myself? Because you got to do the ugly to get to the pretty. You got to do the hard stuff to get to the good stuff. And so I took a second and just kind of plotted that all out as well. I thought about what I'm thriving at, what I'm not thriving at, and how to work on that. And then after that question, I knew that I needed to talk about my habits. So I know what I thrive at. but what are my habits? What habits do I have that are positive, and what habits do I have that are negative? And how can I work on refocusing more on the positive habits and the negative habits and slowly changing those? Habits don't change overnight. But I can slowly, day after day, change a little part of it, right? So I have a habit of getting up 10 minutes later than I should. That's not a great habit, right? So I have a habit. I'm supposed to get on a morning meeting at 5. I have a habit of getting up 5 minutes beforehand, and I get there at 5:10. How can I change that morning habit so that I am there at 5 on the dot every morning? Now, look, this is a loose meeting. People show up at 5:30. It's just kind of like a check-in. It's not a big deal. But at the same time, that's not a good habit to have. And how can I change that? And I'm not going to change it overnight. But what I can do is, maybe next week I'm going to show up at 5:09 every morning. And then 5:08. And then 5:07 and 5:06. I'm not going to try and change drastically, even the small things that most people would be like, just change that. I know that that's not how life works, and changing habits small, changing them so you're just doing a little bit better each and every day. That's how you get to that end goal, and that's how you stick with it. So looking at my habits and changing those as well. So that's what I'm doing. Taking these last couple of weeks off to take a step back, refocus my energy, reframe my mindset a little bit, and figure out what is next for me, where I add value in this community, and how I can improve on that. And I think everyone can kind of ask themselves these same questions. I wrote them on Instagram if you guys want to go check out the post, so you can ask yourself these questions and build yourself up. Build that solid foundation up, and it's okay to take a step away for a minute. I know that a lot of us are scared to do that. A lot of us are scared to say, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Things are a little bit hectic right now. I need to take a step back. It's okay to do that. Now, you can't go hide forever, but you can take a little bit of time to breathe and come back on the other side. And that's what I did. So I'm sorry that I didn't give you guys any heads up. That wasn't nice of me. I had a few people email me like, I'm worried about you. I'm here. I'm good. Everything is actually on a really positive trajectory. And I'm really excited about the new things I have coming. I am working on a big project, and I think this project is the big thing that I see at the end of that year, is this project being successful. And I know what I'm good at. I think that I'm really good at helping people in their businesses. I'm really good at coaching people. I have mentorships that I've done in the past, and I'm really good at helping others. And I want to continue down that path, but I also need to continue on the path of building the business that has built me. And again, if I'm not going to do that work, then I need to give it to someone else. So that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm doing. And I'm also packing like crazy. So I have 10 days. We're moving in 10 days now to get everything in the house done and packed and figure out how to move my inventory. So question for you is, do you want to see a moving video? Do you want to see how I move all of my inventory into the new space and what that looks like for me? Or is that something you don't really care about? I don't know. Let me know. If that adds value, I will definitely make that video. And outside of that, thank you guys for loving me, and thank you for letting me into your life. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And if there is things that I can do to help add value to this community, leave a comment down below, because I am definitely feeling like I know where I'm headed now, even if it's blurry. That's what I learned through this, is it's okay if your vision is blurry. You don't have to have 20/20 vision all the time. It's okay if it's blurry, and it's especially okay if you have good people in your life, because they'll hold your hand while you're figuring out what the next step is. So the future is definitely coming. I can see it clearer and clearer every single day, even if it took me a second to get there. But I have great friends, held my hand, great people in my life. This community as a whole is just amazing, beyond belief, and I am forever grateful. So that's that. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you got through this whole video, I really appreciate you. I know I was just babbling about myself, but I wanted to let you guys know where I was at and not just put up like a random video. I have a few videos that Amanda's already filmed, just kind of sitting in the bank to use, but I didn't want to just put one of those videos up and not explain kind of where I've been and where my headspace is. I feel like it's really important to be transparent on this channel. Like, you know, like I'm human. Sometimes things around me feel like they're crumbling and I need to take a step back and make sure my foundation is solid. So have a great day, everyone. I will be back again tomorrow with a brand new video. And until then, remember, if it's not listed, it's not selling. And if it's not selling, you're not making any money. So go list some things. Goodbye.